Welcome back to the Gun Dungeon, and boy oh boy, we're going to be having some fun today. We are going to be talking about all things revolvers and what are the uses, where do they play out best, what's the purpose of revolvers these days. So I have a table full of different types of revolvers here, all kind of with different roles. We got a little pocket revolver here, a little JFrame. We've got kind of a good carry option 357 here, inside the waistband, outside the waistband, whichever you'd want to prefer. A good little carry option here. We've got some nostalgic, simple goodness in this old pre-model 10 Smith & Wesson. We've got a hog leg short barrel 44 Magnum, also a decent, probably outside the waistband carry with this one. It's a little heavier, but a decent little carry 44 if that's what you wanted. We've got some just straight fun cowboy action 38 357 for some cheap fun shooting. And then we got one that's going to put some food on the table, a big old super Black Hawk 44 Magnum. We're just going to kind of talk through them and shoot them some. What's the main roles for these things, and are they even useful these days? So the first one I want to talk about is probably one that gets talked about a lot, and it's the little JFrame. Is a JFrame even useful with today's little pocket 380s? You know, the LCP Max came on the scene, gives you 10 rounds of 380 in the pocket, about the same size, about the same weight. Is it useful? I think it is. You know, one plus of a defensive revolver, especially something you're going to carry in your pocket, might get a bunch of lint in it, whatever, things of that nature, but it's never going to be ammo sensitive. That's one plus of a revolver. If it fits, it ships. If it fits in the cylinder and the cylinder rotates, it'll send it. And that's one good thing about this. And I've found, you know, many of the little small pocket guns, especially my LCP Max, specifically that one, it's very ammo sensitive. But this one, if it fits, it ships. And since we're talking about carrying a JFrame, a lot of times I like to carry just these semi-wad cutters, which I carry a lot of when I'm just around the house here, in case I need to just pop something I don't want to spend an expensive hollow point on. I'll carry these a lot. And I'm actually in ball shorts today, so I just left the gym and it's hot. This is what I'm carrying today. That is one perk of a JFrame. Ball shorts, light enough, doesn't show. What's there to argue? You know, some people might look at the 357 Magnum, something like this that you may carry inside the waistband, outside the waistband, and say, what's the point? You can carry a 10 millimeter, have more rounds, have probably more power, since most 10 millimeter rounds in the same barrel length will outperform 357 Magnum. Kind of the same merits. Revolvers are always going to have the same merits. I'm not going to get into, oh, they're way more reliable than semi-autos, because it's just not the case, really. Most modern semi-autos are very, very reliable. But when you do have a failure with a revolver, it's going to be one that's going to take you out of the game, pretty much. It's a mechanical failure if it's with a revolver, and it's going to be tough to clear. Most semi-autos aren't going to have that problem. But again, if it fits, it ships. I can run 110 grain powder puff 38s in this gun. The very next chamber can be 170 grain hard cast. And this gun is going to send them both down range, no problems. Not gonna have to worry about a slide reciprocating, not gonna have to worry about a recoil spring, not gonna have to worry about a magazine spring. None of those things are gonna be an issue. So, you know, if this is something that you're more comfortable with, use it. That's the thing. People get hung up on semi-auto, revolver, this problem, that problem. It's all with what you like and you're comfortable with. If you're a revolver guy, use the daggone revolver. It's better than a semi-auto that you're not comfortable with. I wouldn't want to be that target, would you? Now this, you're not going to compete with this with a semi-automatic handgun. You're just not. If you're carrying this outside the waistband, you got everything covered from the streets to the hills to the hollers to T-Rex. This, no semi-autos competing with this. I might need to practice with it just a little bit, but geez, it's fun. One of the cool parts about a 44 Magnum is you can have all that horsepower that you just saw, and in this same gun, I've got these powder puffs, little loads here that are pretty light, 240 grain bullets. Well, light powder load. 240 grain bullet's not really a light bullet, but it's a light charge, I guess I should say. And these are a joy to shoot. So you saw the horsepower that just came from those 240 grain semi-jacketed loads with H110. And then look at these. You know, it's a little more than the 38s we were shooting earlier. Not a whole lot though. These are definitely not as hard recoiling as even say a 357 Magnum, but they are fun to shoot, and you can go from mild to wild and never change a spring, never change a barrel, never have to worry about any kind of slide velocity or nothing like that. And that is where a revolver shines. If it fits, it ships. You all be sure to go check out Target Sports USA. They're a big sponsor of the channel now. And if you use my link below, you're going to get a free gift at checkout with your purchase. Their Ammo Plus membership is a great value. If you shoot very much at all through the year, it's going to pay for itself in no time and then some. Be sure to check out Target Sports USA. Y'all be sure to go check out Vetter Holsters, big sponsor of the channel. Have about any kind of holster you can think of. There's one of the cool designs that they have. You saw the blood red holster for my XDM 10mm. They make a holster for just about any gun out there. A lot of the 10mm stuff. I use their light tuck. That's about all I use anymore for inside the waistband stuff. Great products, great company. Check out Vetter Holsters. Now, as I said in the earlier part of the video, this is just straight up fun. For me anyways. I know there's a lot of people that use these things, farm carry, you know, stuff like that, even compete with them, some cowboy action shooting stuff, and those guys are typically pretty slick with them. I'm not. For me, this is just a fun gun to shoot. Got on that little one finally. But it's just fun, even loading and unloading this thing. It's just fun. And you can sit and watch your cowboy movies, kind of sling it around your finger while you're in the living room, acting like you're Clint Eastwood and stuff. It's just fun. That's what it is. And it's reliable. And it's got the same exact perk as all the other revolvers. If it fits, it ships. Hog leg, baby. Oh, I'm having too much fun in this video, guys. I'm having a lot of fun. I love this stuff. Now I'm going to do something that you won't see in semi-autos very often, and I'm going to load a lipstick load, kind of warm, little 240 grain. I think this is H110, not going to swear to it. This is one of the little powder puff 240s right here. That sucker's it's fun to shoot. We're going to load this this is a 180 grain semi-jacketed hollow point H110 Screamer, a 305 grain, maybe 310 grain gas checked hard cast bullet, and a 240 grain XTP. I think this one's loaded with a hot unique load. 5 different rounds, 5 different speeds, bunch of different bullet weights. We're going to load it in the same gun, and we're going to send them. And that's not something you're going to see very often with a semi-auto and be successful at, especially going from mild to wild without some sort of a recoil spring change or something like that, because that's just not how it typically goes. I think I've done that cowboy load right. I think so. All right. Let's rock and roll, guys. I have no idea what I'm getting first. Ooh. Ooh. I know what one that was. That was it. That was it. Boy, I didn't think I was Oh, I didn't do it right. I didn't load this one. Daggone it. Daggone it. I screwed up my cowboy load, so now we got to do it again. I got to put this one back in. We can't not send it because it fit. So it has to ship, right? It fit, so it ships. All right, let's spin it around here. All right. See how it does. That was a heavy one. That was the heavy one. And I could tell it. How am I going to stand here shooting all these fun revolvers and not once go for the gong? We can't have that. We cannot have that. All right, let's see if I can do it. This will be all me screwing it up, I'm sure. All right. Found my hold with that. I'd never shot those powder puffs with this one. Found it on that last one though. Such a joy to shoot. God, I love it. God, this has been such a fun video to do. I love it. I don't even really want to end it, but I'm going to have to eventually. So, do revolvers have rolls today? Absolutely. They 100% have rolls today. One is serving a roll as we speak right here in my pocket. So revolvers definitely serve a role today. Now, do I want to be marching into Ukraine right now, suited up, fighting the Russians with my Anaconda? Probably not. Do I want to be taking my old pre-Model 10, which has maybe even seen a war? Who knows? Probably not. But, you know, it's just, there are better options for combat and things, you know, there may be even better options for you as far as concealed carry, pocket carry. But that doesn't mean that revolvers are obsolete. They definitely serve a role. And to me, I utilize them quite often, especially in hunting roles. This is, if I'm going to go deer hunting with a handgun, I'm taking my Super Blackhawk. You know, this is sighted in for a specific deep curl bullet load that I have. That is a good deer hunting bullet. If I'm going to go deer hunting with a handgun, that's what's going, even though I love 10 millimeter. You guys know I love 10 millimeter. And that's what I will carry a lot of times when I'm hunting in the woods with, say, a crossbow or something like that. We do have some black bear around here, and I found that out the hard way when I was sitting with a pocket 9 millimeter and a stick and string in a bow stand. First time I ever saw a bear. That was actually, I was like, yeah, I'm not carrying this pocket 9 anymore. But a lot of times I'll carry a 10 millimeter in the woods for woods defense. And that doesn't mean that this won't do it too. I carried this for a long time in the woods for wood defense, this exact gun actually. And it'll get the job done. It's all in what you prefer, what you shoot well, what you enjoy, what you have confidence in, and what you are doing. Like I said, these things can shoot anything you stuff in them. As long as it fits and it's within SAMI specs, you're not gonna blow your gun up and you're not gonna get a bullet stuck in the barrel with a squib load. It'll send it. It doesn't care. It doesn't care if it's a light load, a hot load, a heavy load, a light bullet. It doesn't care. Where a semi-auto, definitely going to be more ammo sensitive. But, you know, I don't really like it when people say that revolvers are more reliable because it's a double-edged sword. Typically, you know, they'll take a little bit more, they'll be a little bit more consistently reliable, but when there's a failure, there's typically a big failure that you're done. Typically with a semi-auto, it's a tap rack bang, you're back in the mag change, you're back in the fight. Typically. Now, I'm not saying semi-autos can't have mechanical failures and something break as well. It's just when a revolver goes down, it's down. If it gets cylinder jammed or something like that, primer backs out, gets jammed between the cylinder and the breech face, you're jammed up. It's tough. I've even had, I don't remember, it might have been, I think it was a Ruger actually. I had this stem, cylinder stem, start screwing out on me, and it actually locked up the entire cylinder. I couldn't get the cylinder out. It had worked its way forward, backward. I don't remember exactly how it was. I remember that cylinder ejector rod had started unscrewing, and it was causing me a huge problem, and I couldn't figure out what it was for a long time. But you know, I don't really like the merits of reliability being the sole purpose for revolvers. They do come with their own set of challenges. They're typically higher bore axis. The double action triggers are typically long and hard to train with, but once you master it, if you can master the trigger on a JFrame, you can shoot anything. So, but anyways, I love me some revolvers. I just wanted to get some out, shoot some, talk to you guys about them. I know a lot of you guys like revolvers, so that's exactly what we did, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And until next time, guys, stay tuned.